Now I'm going to show you how I set up the bow hands. And I do them all pretty much the same with a slight variation for base, which I'll show you when we get there. So it starts with a story. Doesn't it always start with a story? And my story is about a spider. So here goes. I was once in my backyard and I found a spider. This spider was so big, it was as big as my hand. It was so big, in fact, that I named it. I named him Walter. Now, I don't know why, but naming it Walter is the funniest thing ever to most of my 6th grade students. So we play this up really big. Anyway, I say, well, every day I would visit Walter, and Walter would build a little bit more web every day until finally he had this gorgeous web that went through 1 or 2 of my trees in the backyard. It was gorgeous. And then one day I went to see what he had done, and I discovered that Walter was dead, and he looked like this. Can you make a dead Walter? Now, you'll notice I do it with my left hand because I mirror my students. If you're more comfortable doing it with your right, then that's fine. I just mirror them. That's my habit. So once I get all the students, it takes a minute to get all the spiders dead in your classroom. And then I say, take your pencil and place it on your second joint. Now it's easier, depending on the shape of their hands, sometimes it won't go on the second joint. That's okay. But I tell them it's easier if you let your fingers be lower than your wrist. So it kind of rolls into that second joint. And I help them. Now, touch between your middle 2 fingers with the tip of your thumb. And I tell them, did you know that if you touch a butterfly's wing too hard, the butterfly will die? So I want you to touch with your thumb so softly that the butterfly won't die. Now turn your bow hand over, hold on with your free hand, and if you're a cello, you're done. If you're a violin, viola, you perch. Now I'll show you the slight variation that I do for my basses. If I can find my pen. Aha. So I'm going to mark their hands. Now, I've already marked mine, but what I've done is I'm going to mark the first joint on their index finger, the second joint on their second and third finger, and then the first joint on their pinky. And when they build the bow hand, they're going to place the bow, touch the butterfly wing, spread until they've covered all of those dots. And when they turn it over, it looks like this. And that's how you get that nice deep spread bass bow hand. Now when I place it on the bow, by this time we've done enough Walters that we kind of are familiar with the position of the bow. So again, I'm mirroring. So I have them hold their bow up, hold on with their left hand. With their right, I tell them to wave at me, get it all loose. And then I say drape and touch and perch, and spread if they need it. Simple as that. Now for cello, looks the same. Whoops, that's my bass bow. Lift it up, shake it out, touch, drape, you're done. And basses, lift it up, shake it out, touch, drape, spread. Make sure you're covering all those joints. Now you've got your bass bow hand.